Hi guys, happy Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend and are finding some fun things to do inside or at your house. We're going to go over page 11 today. I told you guys we would go over those bar models. We still haven't learned division from one of these videos, but I know a lot of you guys are working ahead, and it's really just one part of our bar model, so I'm going to go ahead and give an overview for that. So yeah, it's kind of like foreshadowing for tomorrow's lesson a little bit. So we're going to do it just like we do in class. We always read the problem first, the whole thing, to get an overview, and then we break it down. A lot of us get overwhelmed with bar models, so remember, just one sentence at a time and start filling things out, and you'll soon realize you totally got this. Okay, so number 3 says, let me focus. Maria has 30 meters of raffia. She used 3.15 meters to tie a package. She cut the remaining part of raffia equally into 6 pieces to make flower pot holders. How much raffia did she use for each flower pot holder? Give your answer in meters correct to the 2 decimal places. Okay, so the reason we kind of start breaking it into one sentence at a time is because I even get overwhelmed. I read this thing and I'm like, oh gosh, there's a lot of numbers at me. I'm not sure what they asked me to do. So just break it down. This first sentence, it says Maria has 30 meters of raffia, which is like string. So I make my bar and I see this whole bar. She has 30, right? Just first sentence, got that. All right, second sentence, she used 3.15 meters to tie a package. So she already used 3.15 of it. So that's gone, right? She's already used that to tie a package. So I'm going to put, she used that for her package, P package. Next sentence says, she cut the remaining part of raffia equally into 6 pieces. We learned in class, it's kind of a key word for us. If it says remaining part, then we know we're going to make a second bar. So I know we have 30 altogether. She's already used this part, and now of what's left, I'm just going to bring this bar down. Again, this is equal to this. I'm just kind of pulling it down so I can see it better. Keep myself nice and organized. So this is where our second bar comes in, and she cut it equally into 6 pieces. It's about even, just 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now, I'm all the way to this sentence. How much raffia did she use for each flower pot holder? So I know these are my flower pots. I'm going to put an F for flower pots. So how can I get all the way down to find just one of these? Well, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. I know that the whole thing equals 30, and she already used this much. And I know these 2 bars are equal. So can I first find what is in this bar? What do you think? Of course we can, right? All we need to do is 30 minus what she already used, which is 3.15, to get what this part of the bar equals, right? Because this plus this has to equal 30, right? So when we start doing that, we just do it just like normal. But again, in addition and subtraction, I know my decimals are completely lined up. That's how I line up this problem. And I know my answer choice, the decimal is going to be right there. I already knew that. So when I start to subtract, come over here to borrow. And then I need the one for this one. Oh, need that for that one. So just like normal. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 9 minus 3 is 6. And then 2 minus nothing would just be 2. So now, however you figure that out, just a normal subtraction problem, I know that this bar equals 26 and 85 meters. So now I actually know the top of this bar as well, right? Because these bars are equal, right? Always. Remember, we just brought this one down. So this bar equals this bar. So now I'll have a whole other bar, just the top, like normal. So now I know this section is worth 26 and 85 hundredths, and it's split into 6 pieces, right? But I need to find just one. So again, we started from the top. All right, the problem gave me this. Problem gave me this. I was able to figure this out because I know these two answers have to equal 30, and they do. We do that by subtracting. So now I know the top of this bar. Well, what do I do now? What do you think? Just like if it was a whole number, we do the same thing. I need to divide 26.85 by 6, right? So I'm going to come over here and do 26.85, and I need to divide it by 6, right? Again, you would solve this problem just like normal, except we're going to bring up our decimal. That's our rule for division. Now, I can just completely solve this problem like I always would. 6 can't go into 2, right? 6 can go into 26 4 times. 4 times 6 is 24. 2 left over. Bring down that 8. Don't worry about the decimal because it's already in our answer. Then we do how many times 6 go into 28? 4 again, right? Because 4 times 6 is 24. So that would be 4. Bring down my 5. How many times does 6 go into 45? That would be 7 times, right? 6 times 7. Oh, ran into my other problem. That's okay. Be 42. Now I have my 3 left over. And I can actually add a 0 so that I can round. 6 goes into 30 5 times. So now my answer asks for 2 decimal places. So I'm actually going to be able to round right here, right? Second decimal place. And this one would mean it goes up. So my answer for just one section would be 4.48. That is our answer. I'm going to pause right there if you need to as I'm talking. Remember, we knew she had 30 altogether. The problem gave us that. We took away the part she already used, which gave us 26.85 left. And then she split that, what she had left, into 6 pieces, right? So we did 26.85 divided by 6 and rounded that answer. And that is how we got 4.48. I'm going to hold this up in case you want to see it this way. You can pause it. Okay, now we're going to go to our second problem, and we do it the same way. We're going to read it first, and then we're going to kind of break it up. So Adam mixed 3.46 pounds of hazelnuts with twice as much almond nuts. He packed the mixture into 9 bags. How much nuts were in each bag? Give your answer in pounds correct to 2 decimal places. All right, so again, I'm going to break this up. Okay, so Adam mixed 3.46 pounds of hazelnut. So this is my hazelnut. Put H for hazelnut. With twice as much almond nuts. Okay, so I know I need to write a bar for almond nuts, and it says it's how much twice. So that means I have this amount and another, right? Because it's twice, right? Hazelnut is this much, and this much is twice as much, right? So then it says he packed the mixture into 9 bags. So we actually need to find the total, right? Because I need to know how much his total mixture is, right? Because he's mixing his hazelnuts, he's mixing his almond nuts. He put it all together before he's going to put it into 9 different bags. So we need to first find our total. So I'm going to come over here to the side, and I'm going to use my multiplication skills. I know 3.46. I see how many of them? 1, 2, 3, right? and set it up just like that. Again, remember, when we are multiplying, we don't worry about our decimals till the very end. So I'm going to do it just like normal. 3 times 6 is 18. 4 times 3 is 12, plus that one will be 13. 3 times 3 we know is 9, plus that one up there would be 10. And again, now go back. Okay, my question had, our equation had 2 decimal places, so my answer is going to also. Got that? Okay, so my total, all of the nuts you put in all of them, is 10.38, right? That's our total. So now he put them into 9 bags, right? So how much were in each of these bags? He split this total, that's our total, into 9 bags, right? Bear with me. So then all I need to do is divide 10.38 by 9, right? So again, kind of foreshadowing for tomorrow, this means that I just need to bring up my decimal and do it just like normal. We know 9 goes into 1 0 times. 9 goes into 10 1 time. 1 times 9 is 9. Bring down that 1. Bring down the 3. 9 goes into 13. Still 1 time, right? 1 times 9 is 9. 13, take away 9 would be 4. And bring down that 8. 9 goes into 48. 5 times, right? Because 5 times 9 would be 45. I have 3 left over. I'm going to add a 0, because remember we can add zeros to the end of things. And 9 goes into 30. Doesn't actually go into it even, like normal. So, all we need to know is 2 decimal places, so I'm actually just going to get that like normal. So we would actually, you could either say remainder 3, or you could see that 9 goes into 30 3 times, which would just be 27. Running out of room. Right, and still get a remainder 3. So, either way, if you want to put remainder 3 or just keep going with the 3s, it would actually be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. But that works out good because we only need 2 decimal places, right? So, this 3 tells this one to what? Stay the same, right? So, it would be 1.15 pounds in each bag, right? And pause right there. Turn it this way. Okay, so I hope that helped. And number 4, it didn't go into it evenly, but that's okay because we had to round anyway, right? Just wanted you to think about that. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to do these 2 problems so we don't completely lose our knowledge of bar models. And I know this is probably helpful for some parents too, because if you don't get taught bar models, it's kind of a weird thing to learn. But take it step by step, as we always do, and you got it. As far as any updates, it looks like we're going to be transitioning from kind of coming back to school to maybe even longer. So I assigned these assignments for these 2 weeks, kind of in hopes that we will be back. It doesn't look that way right now, so as we transition into more of just online type things, we will address that when it comes. We're just going to try to work through what we have, and eventually maybe do some check-ins online, like maybe typing in some work problem answers on Google Classroom or something, if we don't ever have time for check-ins. We have one more check-in which is going to be on the 30th. So I'm thinking for at least that one, I'm going to kind of look over your workbook for a completion grade, and then after that things will become more online, which means we'll have more videos and we'll have some kind of way to turn in some of these things. But I'll keep you guys updated, and I hope this helped for your bar models. Again, kind of foreshadowing for division, but that's good. And we will have a division video tomorrow. And I'm also working on some kind of website. I know some people are doing like Padlet and stuff, of kind of keeping you guys, giving you guys a way to communicate with each other and communicate with me, because I know I miss you guys, and school is very much a social thing as well. So we're working on that this week too. And make sure you're completing your science videos and things like that. These 2 weeks were kind of a review. But again, if we keep going longer, then we will continue to do new topics. So I hope this helped. And I will see you guys in your video tomorrow. Bye.